Hey guys, welcome back to another invigorating, exciting, moisturizing,
Moist.
core?
Moist.
Core? No.
Moist talent.
Spore? No. Chore?
Where are we going with this?
I don't even know. It's been a long day, but welcome
Super
to
duper
Vanishing
exciting.
Gates. As always, I'm your host into the Fortean, the unexplained, I guess the Fortean. I don't have to go past the Fortean because that really covers all of it.
It's
like
might.
Paranormal covers literally all of it.
Yeah, I mean, well, technically.
And the true crime and the...
Technically.
And the cool pop culture references.
What? Wait. Cool pop culture references on Vanishing Gates.
All the cool pop culture references.
I didn't know we knew anything about pop culture.
Fucking A, Cotton.
Fucking A. Cotton needs new pants.
With me as always, or at least some of the time, is my co-host.
Fucking Chuck Norris. Oh, wait. Are we still referencing Dodgeball? Jack, everybody! What's up? That's the microphone. That's the thing that makes the picture go.
You're looking at the camera. You're looking at
Camera!
the monitor.
That's what camera, everybody. It's a
It's
camera.
supposed to be very confusing.
It's a
We're like
camera.
one of those family portraits that are always looking to the other direction away from the camera.
You know,
Because we're seeing the monitor. The
Yeah,
camera's here. The monitor's here.
what's up, Bridget? What's
Hi,
up,
Bridget
everybody in chat?
How are you, darling?
Don't
Hi,
forget
guys.
to like, share, and share
Follow,
out, please. Now,
subscribe.
well, just share for now.
Oh,
Share for now.
oh,
please.
Sheila, let me explain something too. Facebook has now joined forces with the Microsoft.
With the Microsoft.
It is now Microbooked
Wow,
or FaceSoft.
very good. I don't know what that means,
So if you guys are
but I'm
watching,
excited.
I am going to move over just slightly this way if you're that excited. But now I guess if you're on the Xbox Lives, there's a Facebook app. So you guys could be watching us from your televisions, which you should be because I'm pretty sure we look even worse on the big screen.
You're gonna love these nuts.
What?
I don't know what. I don't know.
If those come out...
Seems kind of cool.
Yesterday was April... April.
It was
13th.
April.
Friday the 13th. I still have my machete.
I'm not
If
worried
those
at
come
all.
out, those come off.
I'm saying right now, I'm more worried about hepatitis from that machete
You should
than
be.
getting killed.
I
by it.
literally bathed this in hepatitis pigs.
Wow. You know what?
Did you not know that was a thing?
What the hell happened to my cold steel kukri?
That's a legitimate question. You
I don't
took
even know.
it home.
I don't know what happened to it. I had it, and I don't know what happened to it. You know what though? Is I never cleaned
On
that
the
blade.
next episode of Vanishing Gates, the mystery of the disappearing
The
kukri.
mystery. The mystery.
Uh-oh. No OBS. Catch up again, fella.
Come on, OBS.
Mm.
Talk about ghosts. They're dead.
Don't worry,
End of
Dave will
story.
get there. We still have to do our intro. Tonight's
End of
cigar of the show because we're doing that. What are we smoking tonight there, Jacko?
I forgot.
Ah.
Green label, the one that doesn't stay lit.
Stay lit.
The black label does. Black label's actually really good.
I'm pretty sure that they all just kind of go out as we talk.
You know what? I'm not going to argue with you about this. You're wrong.
I'm going to start calling the Thompson fog machines.
You're wrong.
I want a discount now, Thompson. You bastards.
You're just wrong.
All right. So tonight's show is always brought to you by, well, different people, but it's brought to you by someone aside from just me.
Someone brings this show to you, aside from us. Would you like to know who? Because they don't pay us or anything, but somehow.
Are you sure?
Somehow.
They don't pay us.
No one pays me.
They might pay us, but they don't pay us.
Yeah, talk about Saturday the 14th. Funny movie.
I'm actually gonna
Funny
watch.
movie.
I'm watching Saturday the 14th tonight after the show, just so you guys know, because it is on the YouTubes. For free.
Things are freezing. Are things freezing?
It wouldn't.
You know you show up to Vanishing Gates for the
Oh!
25-minute intro.
Oh!
Oh! Oh no!
Oh no!
What did you do? What has happened on Vanishing Gates? Your paranormal podcast.
We're back.
We're back.
Okay, look.
We're back.
Yes, I'm gonna watch Saturday the 14th after the show. It's hilarious.
I was going somewhere though.
Yeah, not quick.
I was just letting. Well, I had to let Bridget know that it's a 25-minute intro, and that's a minute intro.
I'm not
Everybody does.
certain that Bridget loves anything we do.
She keeps coming back for the punishment, okay?
I think she's just a sucker for pain. Video is laggy too. That's awesome. I can't tell you how great that is.
We're happy about that.
We're not.
Is someone playing Xbox?
They shouldn't be.
Someone must
continue with our sponsors. If they want a good sandwich, where do they go?
They're going to go to Dio's. Dio's sandwiches, delicious. Tell them we sent you. You get a 10% discount?
He didn't say.
You get a discount of some sort if you go to Dio's Sandwiches in good old Henderson Center. I don't memorize numbers for things. Don't memorize things very well. But I'm here. All right. All right, next up. We've got that beer distributor. Sasquatch? Sasquatch Brewing Company. Someplace not in California. Or near me.
If you guys are in Portland, Oregon, and you want a great meal and a great atmosphere and some really amazing beers, go to Sasquatch Brewing Company. They have 2 locations, their brewery and their tap room. One is at 2531 Northwest 30th Avenue. That is their brewery where you see the barrels. And the other one is, hand me that.
Hand you that.
Yeah, that 32 ounce.
Hold on, let me stand up, everybody.
You do that, sir.
You gotta see Jack's fine ass. Here you are.
That's not a good advertisement for Sasquatch. And the Hillsdale Brew Club. I should just leave this right here. This is a 64 ounce. 6440 Southwest Capitol Highway, Portland, Oregon. Boom. Tell them Vanishing Gates sent you. You'll have a great time and a great experience. You'll have some great beer, some great service. And we love you. Now, if you need some stuff designed, business cards, banners, web pages maybe, embroidery, go to proprismdesign.com.
You know, there's one plug we never do.
Huh.
Hit up Nick's Electronics for the delectable, sexy Nick. He will help you out.
I'm pretty sure that Nick's Electronics is retiring.
Or don't go there, then.
Very retired.
Fuck it. Who knows? You know what? Who cares?
We have to ask Nick, our tech guy.
Let's just say that Nick is amazing. You should just find Nick. Just hunt him down.
Hunt him down.
Hunt Nick down.
Like wild boar.
You're good.
Just throw some bacon. He'll find you. That'll be dope. Really? We doing this? Is that how we're doing this?
Nope. We're not. Now, we continue on. Is there anyone? We forgot Jason, Glenn.
No, we didn't. I was getting there. But it is almost the most wonderful time of the year. And if you need some great Halloween stuff, check out Jason Glenn's Cotton Studios on Facebook. Boom, pa, pow. Problem solved. How was your Friday the 13th there, Jacko, being that you weren't here in the studio?
Well, I was on the road. I was visiting Fort Bragg for a short day.
I am 99% sure when the show was on the air, you were not on the road. You
I
were
was
on your
playing
ass.
Far Cry.
You were playing Far Cry 5?
Primal.
You were playing Far Cry Primal.
No, I was playing 5.
Okay, well, I haven't played Primal.
I was just testing it. Primal is amazing. Primal is amazing. Play it.
Because that has everything to do with Primal.
Play Far Cry Primal. Well, you mentioned it. I mentioned it. Now everybody knows people are going to go play Far Cry Primal now. Okay.
James says, was he in prison? Probably, James.
I was in prison.
He was in the Pokey Oaks.
Okay, so I was actually. Okay, I'm gonna read chat. Bridget in chat says Jack's crush on Nick is steamy. A real will they won't they cliffhanger every week. Unfortunately, Nick is married. I believe. I think. I don't know. So I'm just gonna say it's probably not gonna happen.
I mean,
he is in Chicago and I'm in California.
He's pretty open-minded. I'm sure you guys could at least get it off over the phone.
We probably could. Anyway, so
you could Skype. Driving
back up north, 3-hour drive. We got sent down the Avenue of the Giants, which was really nice. Unfortunately, there was an incident where
massive car wreck.
The picture of that car wreck was terrifying, dude.
I didn't see
that thing was just basically a crumpled hunk of metal, dude.
Didn't want to look.
And the only thing I could think to say was, wow, that's a lot of wasted clothes. Because there was clothes all over the ground. I don't know. I think I'm a heartless bastard, is what I think.
Or a fashion designer. That's where you
You know what? I was sad about the clothes. Shut up, okay? let's just plow on through with that shit. Anyway, so I made it back and I was playing Far Cry 5. You will have a yeah, we just want. You know what? That's needy. Okay, you want a topic?
What is this, James? A topical show?
We don't.
This isn't a solution that you can rub on your warts.
Come on.
This is a show. But okay, one thing I do want to talk about is yesterday the worst news. And I talked about it this morning at about midnight. The passing of the great Art Bell. Now this is in all seriousness. Art Bell was a huge influence on me, and anyone else that does a paranormal talk show. Anybody. We had the great Jim Harold on the show as a guest not too long ago, and I asked him. I said, "Man, if you had your bucket list of people you'd want to interview, who would it be?" And of course, he said Art Bell. And he said, "It's not. It doesn't seem like it's in the cards." And damn it, if he wasn't right, because Art Bell has passed away at 72 years old at his home in Nevada. An autopsy to figure out the cause of death is scheduled for later this week. The world has lost someone very cool,
someone important to the paranormal community. Extremely important.
Very important. He's the godfather of all paranormal talk shows. Yeah. Well, he started off as a radio host talking about politics, got bored with politics, and wanted to talk about things that were interesting. And he did kind of the same vein. And that's probably where I got my niche for it, was the desire to talk about something that was not super offensive to everybody at one time or would just cause a big derision, but so many topics that people can either agree upon or find so cool. And we really lost a great person in Art Bell. And so yeah, he was the founder of Coast to Coast AM, and more recently he did
I heard of that.
Art Bell's
Coast to Coast.
Coast to Coast AM. You heard of that?
I've heard of it. I'm not up to date on things.
He also did Midnight in the Desert and stuff. And
oh, James. Chat. What the hell? Yes, James in chat. If he comes back, he will, as a ghost, impregnate a woman. That will take place, and it will probably be on a talk show. This talk show, in fact. More than likely.
Super inappropriate and a little too soon, guys. No, because Art Bell did have a huge impact on my life. And the fact that I got to interview fucking so many cool people so far this year. Never Art Bell.
Well, you never know.
I got to interview Jim Harold.
We are a paranormal podcast.
Jim Harold is like the modern day Art Bell for the podcasts. I got to interview him. So I hope it gives him some closure and that he's the new guy to be.
Well, he's the big man now. Big
him and Dave Schrader, like those are the dudes. You know?
Well, I mean, dude.
All right, Jack. So we haven't talked about
let's fill that slot and become the new Art Bell.
What brought you into what got you interested in the paranormal? Because I know you have almost nothing to bring to the table when it comes to actual substance. You have a deep love for the unexplained, the paranormal.
You know what? I don't have a lot to bring to the table when it comes to actual topics, because the problem is I
are fucking lazy.
I love video games too much. It's my biggest problem. And I love reading books. So I spend my time reading like the same book over and over again. No, specific series over and over again. So I read certain series generally, okay? That's all I know. Anyways, so what got me into it was, I've heard a lot of stories about it when we were younger. Like, we had a cousin who lived in an old redwood-style house, and he fell through, one of the boards gave way underneath him, and as he fell through, he saw, I think it was his grandfather, who had passed away. And that was one of the first stories I ever heard.
I've literally never heard that story, by the way, guys. Never heard that.
Boy.
Now, it could be the wrong cousin, but the cousin he's thinking of, I don't know if I should say this, but I'm going to. He's working as a beer distributor. Oh, I am.
I don't think you'd say it.
The cousin that...
I think you should
Are you sure it's the same cousin?
Yes, let's not go there. They don't want to hear that.
Hey, Em, I know you're watching. Which cousin is it, Mom? Oh, anyway, so the same cousin he's talking about. It might be a different cousin, but the cousin he thinks it is. Never mind. Bye, Bridget. We love you.
So
very, very much.
Essentially, what we're gonna,
So okay, continue.
My love for the paranormal comes from the idea that I've always liked the idea of like psychics and mediums and stuff like that. I thought it'd be really cool for someone to be able to talk to the dead, and reading like Stephen King, like Anne Rice, all that jazz, if you will. I was a huge fan into aliens. Like I like stories about aliens, and all this stuff kind of intrigued me. It kind of like built up throughout the years mostly. And a few years ago, before we did the podcast, I started listening to like creepypastas and different stories that may or may not be true. And they intrigued me. I really liked them. And
well, so I think the whole idea of creepypastas is they're absolutely not true.
Well, there are other things I was listening to.
I think it's just fictional writing for people to get their jollies off, right? Pretty much.
Well, yeah, most of it's just fictional. All of it's fictional. But
well, we had the Slender Man thing, and that scene in the Black Eyed Kids were all creepypastas, so maybe it's not so fictional.
Well, as far as I remember, the Slender Man one's actually based off a German story, a German horror, like kind of like if you don't go to bed, this will happen to you.
Well, there's that archetype. We talked about this in the episode called "Terms of Slenderment" briefly.
Oh yeah, we did talk about
it. We did name that too. Well, I did because that was a dope name. Hope I don't get sued. But no, yeah, we did talk about the archetype of the Slender Man and how things change. It's like the old hag syndrome versus like the Hat Man as things change.
Well, I mean,
go ahead and continue though.
Oh, so anyways, yeah, the stories like Ghost Hunters, Ghost Adventures, those things, they intrigue me. I like them. I mean, it's not like I had my own real experiences with things. I mean, I've talked about my experiences, like I've been scratched. I had a 3-claw mark, the 3-claw thing go down my back. Something would scratch me, and that's happened to me like twice at this point.
The 3-claw thing's pretty easy to figure out, right? Do you guys want to see a scientific reason I don't believe in the 3-claw thing for demons? Okay, so what's your weakest finger? Your pinky finger, right? Mm-hmm. And so when you go to scratch yourself, especially when you're asleep, in weird angles...
Yeah, you never use your thumb or your pinky.
What fingers don't have the most strength in those situations? It's your thumb and your pinky. So you get that 3-claw thing. And even unintentionally, you kind of scratch like this, and you just cut yourself.
Oh, that makes sense. But for me, it was literally right here, where I couldn't reach with none of my fingers. None of my fingers would angle
Maybe
that
somebody
way.
else 3-clawed you.
And I had 3... Well, no, because I woke up... I was sleeping on downstairs both the times this happened. Both the times I've been scratched. We're downstairs sleeping on that
at your place
couch.
Right now?
Yeah. Sleeping on the couch.
Okay.
And both of them were during the day. Or no, wait. One of them was at night. The first one. And I actually woke up from a dream. I'm glad we like crayons. And I woke up from my dream... And in the reason I woke up is because I had like a searing pain, like someone had burnt me.
Okay.
Like someone had burned me, and I pull off my shirt and I go and I asked my wife at the time. I go, "Will you look at this?" And she's like, "You have 3 marks down your back," and I'm like, "What?"
Sure, it wasn't her.
Where? Well, no, she was at work, but she had come home like an hour later, but it was still burning, like it hurt. And I couldn't figure out what had happened. It was just like 3 long marks that were like, probably the track's probably about that long down my back. At like, just like from right here down to like right here. And it was an angle which I couldn't have scratched. And it just burnt. And it happened to me twice. The same style thing happened to me twice. And I couldn't figure out what the hell happened to me. Because there's not, like I looked on the couch. I'm like, okay, so there has to be something sticking up. Like that has scratched me in perfect... 3-claw
format?
Yeah, 3-claw format, and nothing else. It's just something there. And look, nothing there. And then a few months later, I was actually cooking, rehashing what I was doing. I know I've talked about this before, but I'm going to rehash it because you wanted to hear it. Before this was stuff that happened before. I was cooking, and I needed a pan because most people keep like little tins to dump oil in. Well, I waited for a minute, and I needed that tin, and then the tin slid like a foot towards me. And I was like, I just stared at that for a second, and I thought to myself, that's not normal. It was the weirdest thing. And then, a little while later, again, I was downstairs, and I got scratched. And once night falls in that house that I'm in, if the lights are out, I cannot be downstairs. I have the most uncomfortable feeling in that downstairs. Not because I've been scratched. I have no fear of that.
I think you're just a puss cake because you won't even stay at my house.
Your house creeps me out.
There's nothing about my house that's going on. I don't care how
house
many
is
people say
creeping
it's
me out.
haunted. It's not haunted.
Creeps me out.
It's not haunted. It's a nice little house.
Creeps me out.
We live in a place where a travesty happened, guys, in my house.
Sorry, it was,
and people are convinced that it's haunted, and it's not. It's ridiculous.
Take my shirt off. No, chat. No. But I will show you. So, I said
You
it
still
was
have the
like-
marks?
No. I'm not taking my shirt off.
Avert my eyes!
So,
Avert
like,
my eyes!
right
Oh.
here, in the back, down to here.
Oh, I kept it on. Thank goodness.
That was weird.
Anyway.
Anyway, so, yeah. I had scratches down my back. It was weird.
So what essentially drew you into the paranormal topic? Was that late? Because for me, it started early on.
Oh, it was late for me. I didn't like... When I was
You
growing
were
up,
a
I
late
really...
bloomer.
I was mostly like afraid of aliens, and so I read about aliens, and they creeped me out when I was
Were you
younger.
abducted? Did you have missing time? Were there weird things and satellites coming out of your butt?
I mean, yeah. So that was
That's
weird.
totally normal. No aliens. No visitors.
Those happen to everybody.
You
That
just
happens to
breaking
everybody.
stuff now? Bro. Killing me, Smalls. That did hurt in chat. That did hurt a lot. So guys, in chat, if you have any stories to share, let us know. We'll read them. Or any questions. We're going to do a little Q&A. What we think about certain things. You can ask us what we think about Flat Earth, Bigfoot, Sasquatch is Bigfoot, Dogman, mermaids, mermen,
Man. No.
the end of times, anything. We're here and available.
Or
So feel free to ask us in chat.
you could just tell us, your stories about what happened to you. I shared. You should share.
I talked about my stories yesterday, but you weren't here. Oh, you dropped the ball.
You know what? I could have been here.
You could have.
Actually,
Would've.
we are on a topic. We're talking about why I got to where I am.
Xbox is about 10 seconds fast. That Facebook on delay. That makes less than 0 cents, Nick. Thank you in chat, our tech guy. So, guys, we are doing this new thing where Xbox has Facebook on it. So, we're trying to go back and forth between the twa and making it work correctly. Where we can have your stories too. What?
It's going well.
Super well. That's what happens when we have a topic for the show.
Yeah, that was legitimately.
Or people show up, but they don't.
You know what? Things fell through.
I did have a pretty cool interview with an author on Monday. Kevin Holton will be putting that up here pretty soon. We'll do it from a live show, but the pre-recorded episode will come up. I got to work with the audio a little bit, but it should be pretty good. Nice kid. Interesting he has some interesting books he's written. Or at least, I haven't read them, but I have one that I bought. But it should be pretty good. He has some interesting ideas that he's covering in his writing, so it should be really good. We were supposed to be joined by Amanda Lawson the last couple of days to talk about Dogman stories, but
I told you, Dogman, it's a curse.
well, no. Between yesterday and
It is
today,
a curse.
it wasn't able to work out. So
It'll never work
We're
out.
gonna-
Dogman is cursed.
okay, what is everyone's hang up with Dogman? You can believe in freaking
cursed.
Bigfoot or aliens, but you can't believe in a tall dog style thing. You can't believe in a dog that's tall
I've
and
seen the
stands up
movie
on its
Dog
legs.
Soldiers, which was great.
No, it wasn't.
Dave, stock and chat, I cannot touch my nose with my tongue, but I can spell witch properly. So there's that. I mean,
you know, that might be the Canadian way to spell witch, though.
oh, I mean, yeah.
Rides brooms and whatnot.
I wouldn't say that. He's
Dave,
more,
you're gross.
he's no.
I love you, Dave, in chat, our buddy.
So,
All right, so yeah,
if it's not obvious at this point, we had plans for the next few days. The biggest problem we've had for today is we didn't.
plans. No, we didn't have plans. I've been working my butt off and trying to do a show at the same time. No plans, just failed things working out. So I want to make plans. I have goals, but no plans. Plans are for disappointment.
Yeah, you're gonna get disappointed when you have plans. So,
Could have brought your A game on. Could have brought your A game.
you know what?
I'd do it.
I don't have an A game.
Or a Z game, for that matter. Anyway, so...
I should shut the fuck up for once.
So you've been playing Far Cry 5, have you?
I have been.
But we're not going to talk about that. Because you have something to say.
About Far Cry?
Yeah, it'll be awkward because you're here with nothing to do. Wait, how far you got into Far Cry? Oh, again! I'm seeing a pattern here.
Oh, Dave.
Gross.
Sweet Jesus.
Anyway, guys, so we are doing this thing where we're going to be rebroadcasting older episodes throughout the week live with me in chat. So if you guys can ask questions, want to ask questions, I'll be still in chat live while we're watching the shows before, and you'll be able to ask me questions as it goes, or Nick for that matter, if he has any answers. We're also doing the podcasting here pretty soon. Yeah, and don't forget to like, follow, share, subscribe, or at this point unfollow and shoot me in the face.
You know what? I told.
So yesterday
He wanted to do a Friday the 13th show, and I said,
yesterday Jack goes, "You got a topic for tomorrow?" I said, "Yeah, let's do this." And he goes, "Okay, I'll do research."
I'm going to study the shit out of that.
And he shows up and he goes, "So I know about this and here and there, right?" I'm like, "So you did no research?" He's like, "Well, I did some." No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
No. I'm really bad at doing research.
See, I made this mistake of thinking that I could do this with other people.
That was your first mistake.
Doing it. Some bitch. Anyway, so... You ever seen a ghost there, Jack?
Have I ever seen a ghost?
No, he hasn't! Oh, spoilers!
Actually, I might have.
I might have. Okay, do tell.
Let me think.
Let me think. Can I make something up really fast?
No. When we lived out on... we had a place we lived on, some place called Summer in Eureka. And... What?
Nothing, go.
So when I fell asleep, right, I have a fear of clowns, okay? I don't like clowns. I shouldn't say I have a fear of them. I don't like them. I don't like them being near me.
We all float down here, Jackie.
I don't want to float with them anywhere. They can go balloon themselves. I don't fucking care.
Go balloon.
Go the fuck away, clown. Alright. Anyway.
Go balloon yourself, Pennywise.
So,
that is the best thing I've ever heard.
I'm sleeping... I'm sleeping on... Again, I'm sleeping in the living room again. And I slept there all night because I can't remember what I was doing. I think I was watching television or something like that. And I fell asleep. And next thing I know, I hear the trash truck. I hear the garbage truck coming through.
The trash truck. Oh my, that sounds like a band.
I hear the creepiest fucking laugh I have ever heard. Like, straight up a clown laugh. Like, like that.
Wait, can you do that again?
No. I will never do that again.
Do that again. No, do it again. Do it again.
I'm not doing it again. Anyway.
I don't think he heard you. You should do it again.
Shut up.
No, do it again. I don't think they heard you.
You're killing me. Hold on. Let me continue this story. Okay, so I heard that laugh, right? I'm not fucking kidding. I heard that laugh. I was awake at that point. I'd been woken up by the garbage truck, and I heard that fucking laugh in the room with me. And on the outside of my, like, because I hid my head immediately. And I could see just a crack, or just a little bit out into the living room. And there was something standing right over me. I could have sworn. Like, I saw legs, and that was it. Something was standing over me. And I laid there for an hour without moving until the sun came through. And then finally, the reason this is creepy is because, again, later on when I was in, I spent some time down south in, what was this little town?
Dave's dog just put a bunch of clown emojis in the chat.
Anyway, so the reason it's creepy to me is because I heard that laugh when I was a little kid and I was sleeping. A few years later, I was living in Orange County after we had moved. I'd say about 5 years later. I was in Orange County for a few months.
A minute.
And I hear the garbage truck, and then I hear that same fucking laugh.
So, are you being stalked by a garbage clown?
I have no idea. I heard the same fucking laugh in Orange County.
How'd it go?
Don't you worry.
No, how'd it go? How'd it go?
You just rewind this later.
No, we're gonna hear it. No,
you can rewind the show.
The viewers want to hear the laugh again.
The viewers have not
do the laugh.
Anything. I'm not doing it again.
Do the laugh. You have to dress like a clown next week.
Anyways, I hear the same fucking laugh again, dude.
Hey.
And I had a creepy
Was it like
feeling.
Woody Woodpecker, or how'd it go?
Shut the fuck up. I had a creepy feeling that the son of a bitch was standing over me again. It was the weirdest thing. And I hadn't felt that since I was back at the house in Summer Street. I had felt that way or seen that.
I haven't heard that name in a long time.
And it was fucking creepy to me, dude. It was just it was the weirdest thing on earth to me. It seriously freaked me out. Like both times. Like one time
You're
it
for
scared
real
me
right
enough.
now.
Yeah. I couldn't move off that couch for an hour. I sat in that fucking position for an hour, and I felt like something was watching me until the sun came up, and then I could move again. Like I could finally do something again. And I heard a fucking clown's laugh. And then years later in Orange County, same fucking thing happened to
And
me.
it hasn't happened again since?
No, not since.
Okay, here's what happens. Here's what we do. If it happens again, I want you to slam your hand up as far as you can towards the top of it. And if you hear a honk, run like a motherfucker, because it's a clown.
Honk. There you go.
Otherwise, you're going to hear, oh, my nose! Or you'll hit your wife. It'll be totally fine.
Anyways, it was just fucking creepy, right?
Here in Vanishing Gates, we do not condone spousal abuse. They're kind of split, so it's okay.
Yeah, no.
Just kidding! Just kidding! It's a joke. But you really got stalked by a weird garbage truck clown?
Apparently.
This sounds like a Goosebumps thing. I'm pretty sure there must have been
No,
an
that
R.L.
was-
Stein tagline here
It
somewhere.
was legitimately real. That's
actually
a
happened to you.
legitimate fucking story that happened to me, dude.
You actually had a 2-time clown
And now
stalking
you know why I
garbage
never
truck
fucking told it, because
guy.
no one's gonna believe me.
Well, that is fucking stupid.
It is fucking stupid. Why do you think I don't want to talk about it?
It's a clown! Kick its ass!
Is this the same thing that happened to Chucky? You can
I
drop kick that
mean-
bitch.
Gacy, though. No, not Gacy. What was his name? Yeah, it was Gacy, right?
It was just really fucking weird, okay? Yeah, it was John Wayne Gacy.
Yeah, the man who loved boys, the clown. Yeah, okay, I gotcha. Yeah, I gotcha.
Creepy
Are you
bastard.
sure it wasn't like a creepy guy you met at a carnival?
No.
Could have been a carny.
I've never been to a carnival
Small
before.
hands. Smells like cabbage.
I've
I've been to
never-
a fair.
I've been to a fair, but I've never been to a carnival.
Motherfucker, I'm not going to go into the whole carny thing. Lots of cabbage with small hands. Irrelevant. Clowns ahoy.
Anyways,
We're friends with a magician. Maybe he knows the clown. They travel in the same circles.
maybe he knows where the clown that stalked me is.
They might. Maybe he stalked him too. Maybe he gave him your info.
You know what? It was just really fucking weird, okay?
Maybe Marciano the Magnificent doxed you to John Wayne Gacy's little brother, creepy garbage man clown guy. I totally believe this happened to you. I totally believe it. That's the funny part. Because I'm sure it did. But for some reason, it's hilarious. It's like watching that video of that Chinese tourist that falls into the lava last week. Oh, yeah, what happened? And guys, it's heartbreaking, but also...
Darwinism at its finest?
Yeah. It's like that guy that's like dealing with alligators, and he has the... Look what I'm doing. He lifts the alligator's jaws apart, puts his head in, and then, like... the sweat drops on the gator's tongue and slams his head down. I don't feel bad for that dude at all. I'm sorry.
No.
I don't feel bad for you.
No.
Don't stick your face in an alligator's mouth. Don't be friends with carnival people or magicians. And son of a bitch, am I friends with a magician?
You know, you done it now. That's what got it. You brought this up.
I used to make fun of that guy until he got us a bunch of free drinks at the bar with his magic tricks. Because there's two people in the world that fall for magicians. Super drunk people and little kids. And there's two people in the world that thinks clowns are cool. Little kids and super drunk people. And nobody else.
We had a friend that was a magician named Ogre, right? Or guy.
Yeah, not a friend. He called himself Ogre. He thought he could throw key balls at you and kill you with energy.
Couldn't he?
No, he was very, very stupid. Very stupid. In fact, we might do a show where we talk about the martial arts magicians who can kill you with energy one day, because that would be awesome. I'm gonna get some of my martial arts buddy in here so we can talk about that stuff.
Yeah,
that'd be really good.
I'm not good at that.
Like a Sheeta Kim. Oh, that's great. Or was it the white tigers? What are they throw force balls at you. Oh my God, because that's a thing. Totally a thing.
I can't throw energy.
Literally, no one can do that. It's literally bullshit. It's like the martial arts catalog things. Get your black belt in the back of this comic book for $1.99 for a lesson.
Jesus Christ.
No, that was a thing. Maybe we'll cover this one day.
Oh my God, have you ever heard of the haunted
Pokemon
Pokemon
true
games?
crime series, because that's what it is. The Pokemon thing with the Lavender Town or whatever.
Yeah.
Where the Lavender Town music would make people suicidal.
Yeah. Or send them into like a coma.
Or a seizure or whatnot. Yeah, I've heard that myth. Well, there was a Zelda one too, the Haunted Zelda cartridge. Again, creepypastas. You need to read some books.
You know what? No, I don't. Read a fucking book. Nope.
The bookmobile's coming. Was that Officer Mackey? Like the bookmobile guy was trying to get his banging chickens so Officer Mackey could learn to read.
What do you want to know about ghosts, Dave?
Tito,
what do you want
Tim,
to chat? What do you want to talk about ghosts? What you give us something to talk about?
So
ghosts.
Dave in chat, you're being very
ghosts.
speculative. Ask us a question about ghosts or
What do you want to know?
topics.
What are they made of?
Why are ghosts your thing? You know, the paranormal...
You know what ghosts are made of, Dave?
Hold on. Paranormal means anything outside of the normal. And this is a stigma we have to fight, because when I say paranormal, people are like, oh, we only talk about ghosts. We only talk about ghosts because we're paranormal. No, paranormal. Anything outside of the normal. Cryptozoology, aliens, all sorts of stuff is paranormal. Psychical behaviors. That's paranormal. Paranormal doesn't just mean ghosts. So come on, bro. Toss one. Toss a question that you got, and let's see if we can answer it.
Give us a thought.
Or share us your hockey ghost story, because you're from Canada. You should have a hockey ghost story.
There's at least one hockey ghost story there, right?
At least. At
ghost
least 50.
sex.
What?
Ghost sex.
That's Britain.
And so they keep... we couldn't get Dan Aykroyd on. Sorry.
Now, that said, I think a lot of us remember that scene in Ghostbusters.
We don't think it's real.
Well, okay,
Look.
James, you can't bring up Ghost Dad right now with the particular climate, because Ghost Dad right now is being tried for a number of crimes that would have ghost sex involved in this, so maybe not bring up the cause too much till the trial's over, will you? But in Great Britain, there are a lot of people that claim this. Actually, even in America, I think... Oh, crap, what's her name? One of those musician chicks. She does that. Kesha claims to have sex with ghosts. There's that British girl that has stopped doing guys because she has ghost lovers. Those are super awesome people that I just want to continue to say, hey, keep doing that so you don't reproduce, because that would be awesome. I need a ghost lover so I don't have to do it myself. I don't know. Is that how that song goes?
I don't know.
Slimer. I think it's called a spook bang. Thank you from Wales. So how can I see one and maybe even join in? You know, Dave, I'm pretty sure there's lots of websites dedicated to that. Not Craigslist anymore, because Craigslist is taking on their personal ads. You'd have to look somewhere further.
Yeah, the ghosts need you in the... Oh, I see what you did there. Somewhere further.
Mm-hmm.
Like those shitty movies that were fake.
Into the nether.
You know what I learned the other day? Speaking of ghosts.
Why'd you get so high-pitched?
You know what I learned the other day? You know what I learned the other day?
You know what I learned the other day?
You know what I learned the other day?
Better. That's better. Do that.
I learned that the ghost of Einfeld, you know, the one with the little girl that was possessed.
The Einfeld poltergeist?
Yeah. Right?
2 girls.
There's a guy who wrote a book on that, right? Here at the Gates, we do not condone ghost sex. Yes, we do.
As long as it's consensual ghost sex.
Consensual ghost sex.
Of age.
Okay. If you know it, you can marry a ghost.
With a 300-year difference
Go for it.
as the max.
Go for it. all for you. What about the 1,300-year-old ghosts, huh? You're
what?
You're such a ghost ageist.
When I'm 89, I don't plan on still banging it out without a blue pill.
Ghost ageist. Anyways, so I learned that the movie that was made up, The Conjuring 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
It had the Warrens or whatever.
Yeah, Ed and Lorraine. Or whatever.
Well, the reason I say
those folks no one heard
whatever
of ever
is because of the fact that was a bunch of bullshit. They were involved for exactly 1 minute, and there was a guy who wrote the book, who was there the entire time, who recorded everything, who put all of his effort into it, who got the pictures, who took the video, everything. He was there the entire time. Ed and Lorraine Warren literally showed up for one meeting with them, and he was quoted as saying, all Ed Warren said to him was, "Do you know how much money we could make off this?"
Well, yeah, but I mean, I wouldn't. So, like, Ed Warren's been back in the news. He's passed since, so he's gone. He can't defend himself, and suddenly he's being accused of being a sexual pervert. Well, after he's died, I don't think at this point Lorraine is in a place where she can even argue back from it. Like, a gal's come out, and she's in her older ages now.
I don't know
and
anything
saying,
about that, but...
Well, yeah, no, it came up. And she's saying, well, I was used to prove all these things, or to make all these things look legit, when they weren't. So, I can't put a lot into it until I have more facts. People are going to bash on folks. They're just going to slam down on them when they're popular. And the Conjuring stuff, the Annabelle stuff, has come up because that's one of the cases Ed and Warren covered. But they also covered the Amityville case. They were involved in that. They didn't cover it, but they were involved.
I was just seeing another thing about that.
Okay, that said, let me clarify something. Lorraine Warren is a medium, apparently, and Ed is was a demonologist certified by his church. They were certified demonologists. These aren't just people that were going around saying they were. These folks were documented by the church as demonologists. So they had someone to back them up in their statements. So just carry that in mind as we progress, because these aren't just folks. Like, I could say, well, I can be a demonologist. I wrote a book about demons, and yeah, these guys were actually involved and called by churches to deal with possessions and whatnot.
I get that, but
and
I mean,
hauntings.
Okay, so there are some weird things around, like the church hauntings, possessions, things like that. These things have been seen. Everyday people have seen them. There are instances where people don't realize this, but include the Enfield case. There are officers who reported seeing weird fucking things, like things moving, strange happenings. Like, no one ever realized that there are legitimate papers. There are papers where police said that things have actually been seen or taken place. Like the Rain Man, the guy who made it rain in the middle of a prison. There are guards who've gone on. There are guards. There are police officers who've gone on record.
Dustin Hoffman made it rain in prison?
No. Anyways, so
different Rain Man?
I mean, not as good, I imagine.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
You never saw that movie, did you?
No, I didn't. Anyways.
Son of a bitch. Continue. You just keep reading while I'm reading. I'll read the chat. You focus on what you're talking about, because you can't multitask.
Chat is just funny. I'm sorry. Sorry, I got this. Okay. So, where was I?
The Einfeld ghosts.
All right. So I was talking about the fact that there's like...
Yes, Dave, there has. Yes, Dave, they're called lot lizard ghosts, and they are phenomenal down south.
Yep.
You need to come to California, buddy.
Anyways. So there are instances where officers have gone on record by stating that these things happen.
Yeah.
The problem I have with things like Ed and Lorraine Warren is the things that have come out about them, and that people who, not just coming out now, but people who've talked about it for years have said that they were charlatans, that they were liars.
Well, here's the problem. The thing with Ed and Lorraine Warren is they didn't promote themselves very much. Other people did. They didn't go out and make these things happen. There were books they were involved in. They say what they were involved in, and they cut off on it. I have some of their books right here you can read. They never claimed to be a very big part of it. They had their little small part of the thing, and then it said that where people were bashing on them. They weren't part of this. Like, they talk about the Annabelle thing. They had something to do with it, sure, but they weren't really part of it overall. They had a small image in. Weird for me. They got the doll Annabelle, whatever, But that was their biggest one, was Annabelle. They got famous because of the Amityville case, and they were only involved for a short moment. They had some pictures they took at the house, which had some interesting evidence, and that was it. Zero-sum idea. They have a zero-sum way to approach it. Skeptics can't be open-minded, usually. Not all of them, mind you, I'm sorry, like some of them. But a lot of skeptics cannot be open-minded enough. I'm a hopeful skeptic. I don't totally believe in this stuff.
Most people are fixed in the way they think they see things. So most people are fixed in a way.
Yeah, and things get exacerbated on. And when you add Hollywood into it, you know it's going to be compounded on, things are going to be added on that aren't accurate. So for an author to go later and say, whoa, this is bullshit, they lied because they watched a movie, well, it's a load of horse crap. Talk to the people that were actually involved that weren't actually in the movie, but the movie was based on, before you form an opinion.
Well, I mean,
but they don't do that.
Look at what happens at the Amityville horror case, right? Everybody knows that movie was just fiction. That shit didn't happen.
No. That's, no.
No, that didn't happen.
The movie, no, that's not true either. There's no way to say that directly.
Yes, there is.
We covered the case.
The guy who was accused of it is still in prison. He says it didn't happen.
No, we're talking about the Lutz family.
That's what I'm about to know.
You're talking about the DeFeo family.
I'm talking about DeFeo's alive then.
The Lutz family are
Lutz
alive.
was the second family, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but what about the people that live there currently in Amityville? The Amityville house. They're not
talked
saying,
about
they said
this,
nothing's
and
happened.
there's the idea that energy can actually move on or change over time.
So the idea
or
is...
what if he had the energy, the bad guy, DeFeo, the one, Ronald DeFeo, killed his family, what if he was the one that was full of that energy, and that energy used him to do this?
Or, I mean, best case scenario, fucked up scenario.
See, the problem is we don't understand enough about how life actually works beyond our own little scope of things with our internets and sciences and whatnot.
Our internets.
Internets.
Plural.
Al Gore invented the internets. Did you know that?
Did he?
I remember that being a campaign thing he said when he was running for president when I was in high school. Pretty sure he didn't. But, well, he said that. I don't think he did it.
He probably said
no,
things.
like, a lot of things happen that we can't explain. The problem is we keep trying to, like, put everything into a pigeonhole. We're not open-minded enough with a lot of things.
The only thing I can think about is people say, like, there was something with the DeFeo that was, the DeFeo family that was supernatural. But what if, like,
well, yeah, because the
the
thing was, DeFeo's dad might have actually been in the mafia. Dave, just so you know, Jack is younger than me by a lot, so he wouldn't know how I was as a child. You dirty, dirty mall Santa yourself. Canadians and their mall Santa obsessions. I don't understand.
Alrighty then. So, anyway, the point is that what I'm saying is the only way that there could have been ghosts, maybe, for the Lutz family, is if perhaps DeFeo did that. What was it? That they say that demonic possessions and hauntings only happen in, like, really tragic areas.
DeFeo murdered his parents and his siblings.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Maybe because of what he did, it caused a ripple, and that's what made the Lutz family's problems.
With a loud gun in short order. But...
Wasn't it? There were different casings found, though, right? There were different holes. It wasn't the same gunshot. It was a different weapon.
Yeah,
several different ones.
It was a lever-action rifle.
And didn't they find, like, 9mm or something like that?
No. I think it was a 38, and there was also the 470. No.
45-7?
No. It was a lever-action Remington.
It was before 45, right? The government issue?
No. It was a lever-action rifle, like mine.
Yeah, it was just like
mine's
45.
a 30-30. No, it wasn't a 45. It was a maybe 45-70 or something like that.
Yeah, that's the thing. 45-70.
It was a different
lever
round.
action, right?
It was yes.
But they were different. There were like 3 different
Jesus
rounds.
Christ. It was a Winchester, but there was 2 rounds.
I thought it was 3.
No, 2, maybe 1. I don't remember. We talked about this. We did a whole show on Amityville.
Yeah.
And we discussed this at length for ballistics. But the neighbors didn't hear a damn thing. He was able to go to the bar. It just didn't make sense. The whole thing didn't make sense. But his dad might have had mafia ties. He might have been involved. They pulled the gun out of the river. They pulled another gun out of the river later, is what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And, so who knows? But that doesn't mean that there wasn't something going on supernaturally with him.
Well, I mean, it doesn't mean that something was. What did something happen after the fact?
Well, look at Jeffrey Dahmer. He went to prison, and he became a Christian afterwards and said, I was possessed by demons. there was a demon inside of me that made me do all these things. And he did some creepy shit. There's actually skulls that are still not found, apparently, is the myth. Because he would, like, decoupage the skulls.
I mean, if you're going to do something, do it right? I mean, come on.
Do you remember Bejazzle? That thing that came up with the little bead jazzling thing that kids have? It was marketed toward girls. He did that to skulls before that was a thing.
You know what?
And he would put them on his shelves.
Are you telling me Dahmer bedazzled before it was cool?
That should be a marketing ploy back in the 90s before bejazzling became a thing. Because now there's vajazzling, or is that passed already? That might have been passed.
I think that passed.
I think it passed.
I think that moved on for a little bit.
That might have passed like 5 or 6 years ago. Vajazzling.
We're good.
If you guys have ever vajazzled, please send the stories to Vanishing Gates.
Please keep it to yourself.
Yes.
Just move on with your
that.
lives.
Keep it to yourself. But no, the idea that we understand everything that's going on around us is preposterous. We don't. We put things in a pigeonhole and we assume it's exactly what's going to happen. And the fact is we don't know all the details.
Here's the thing. Nothing like... It could have been a mafia hit, and then what happened to Let's Family happened because a horrible tragedy happened before they moved in. Like, a horrible murdering happened.
Well, we know what murder happened with the
Well, yeah, we know fucked up murdering happened with DeFeo, but the thing is that could have started the ripple effect of bad things.
James in chat says The Exorcist and Amityville Horror are local landmarks for me. Dude, you need to go over there and live stream it for us. That would be dope.
Start asking questions, James. Get there with a ghost box.
Make sure you go to the Amityville house and knock on the door and pretend that you work for the cable company. Don't do that. Don't do that at all.
Don't get killed in the
please.
basement, though, please.
Just don't do that. Just don't go over there. Please don't. Thanks. Anyway.
Okay.
What?
Chat is weird. Anyway, so my point is that with DeFeo, it could have started with him. It didn't. Not that it was happening when he was there, but it could have started with him. It could have been a mafia hit, and then the Let's family could have gone through something paranormal.
That's my point. My point was, what it sounds like to me is that DeFeo, with all that bad energy that was caused there from his actions, because he was high in the drug use, and if you look back in a lot of cultures, they use drugs to get in touch with the supernatural and the paranormal. Can you focus here instead of the chat? You're not good at the chat. Don't focus on chat. You're bad at chat.
I'm listening to you.
They get in like the paranormal with the drugs. You know, ayahuasca, that's a big thing for people to open their eyes into the supernatural, the paranormal, and the otherworldly, the ethereal. So maybe there's something there with the connection. Look at all the zombies we have around town. Straight up actual fucking tweaker zombies. These meth addicts, you know what? They don't die of stress. Those guys might have figured it out. They might have found the key to eternal life.
Dude, meth.
Just be high, so high that you don't care. You fry your brain and you
meth.
exist. You become a zombie.
Oh, God.
So, the idea there with DeFeo, we know he was on drugs.
Well, yeah.
There's an assumption that his dad had mafia ties and that he might have had mafia ties. But we know he was on drugs. Now, maybe that energy hung around just long enough for the Lutzes to get in there, because it wasn't that far between when the Lutzes moved in. They weren't away that far. Now, there were some things that were absolutely bullshit from the movie versus what they say happened. If you look at what the Lutzes say versus what the movie said, it's a different thing altogether.
Well,
it's like the Demon House of Zach Bacon's spot. You have law enforcement. You have nurses, doctors, child protective services, all saying these paranormal things happened, and they witnessed them.
That right there.
I still haven't watched that documentary. Have you watched it yet? Demon House? We need to watch that.
I have not watched it.
I
want to watch it because that's actually really interesting, the Demon House. I mean, we did a piece on it, but it
haunted Zach Baggins enough where he came back to California, haunted his dreams enough to buy the freaking house, do the documentary, and then have the house torn the fuck down.
Did he salt the ground too and have it like blessed?
Keep in mind, this is a dude that has the Dybbuk box and wants to just open it for fun.
Yeah.
Speaking of haunted objects, our buddy Matthew Brockmeyer, author of Kinda Pen, who's on the show, apparently won a haunted doll in an auction.
It's actually a white pill, Dave.
What?
In chat. But it wouldn't need to be red nor blue.
What are you talking about?
He asked me what the pill is.
Pill for what?
What I'm eating right here.
It's a Mentos. The fresh maker. Now Mentos owes me money.
Yes.
They're not gonna
Mentos,
give
the
me money.
fresh maker.
You know what, Mentos? Don't give me money. Just send me free Mentos. That'd be pretty dope, huh? They just send us free Mentos for mentioning Mentos on the show.
They should. You should.
You guys should petition Mentos for me.
Mentos, free money maker. Anyways, so no, the demon house is actually really fucking interesting. Like, it's interesting to me that it was just such a weird story, you know, documented by police that the kid like walked up a wall.
No, backwards. Crawled up a wall backwards and upside down and flipped over police and nursing staff.
I'd been like, you to get the fuck out of there. I've been like, all right, I'm a trained officer.
You
I'm
know,
gonna leave
ma'am,
now.
I'm going to go ahead and write this up as a traffic ticket.
You know what? Traffic ticket.
I'll give you a warning for running a stop sign. Bye.
Warning.
Gone. Ghost.
Goodbye.
Make like Patrick Swayze in that movie with Whoopi Goldberg and Ghost.
I forgot Whoopi was in that. Anyways.
You make some pottery behind your back, darling. You like this? That's why you can't be a ghost, Jack. You're a sick man. What would you do if you were a ghost and had to haunt people and had your druthers? What would you do to mess with people?
Nothing. I'm a nice person.
Oh, God. I would fuck with so many people if I was a ghost. And I was able to haunt people.
If I could move shit, I would just be that ghost.
Oh, yeah, no. I have to be able to move stuff. I have to, because I would just mess with
You know what ghost I want to be? I want in my house is the ghost who would randomly drop money. There was a ghost that would randomly drop money out of the sky. Just fucking money would just appear.
Nice.
Best fucking ghost ever.
Where did that happen at?
I don't remember where the fucking... I heard about it.
If you were a channeler and can draw ghosts to me that drop money in my house, please let me know at vanishinggates@gmail.com. That'd be dope. You guys have stories of the unexplained, the paranormal. If you've encountered ghosts, aliens, you've been probed, if you've been fondled, maneuvered, manipulated, turned into monsters, if you have the blood of alien hybrids in you, which people think they do, or have, I had a guest on whose show's been deleted because she was an absolute nutter. No names.
He knows
Let me
that
know.
I have alien blood
vanishinggates@gmail.com.
Damn.
If you've had encounters with Bigfoot, Wolfman, Dogman.
Oh, don't say Dogman. What? Say Dogman. Why would you say that?
Why are you so hung up on Dogman?
Because it's evil. It's cursed. The show dies with Dogman. You mentioned it during the show, and guess what? No topic. We lost everything we were thinking about prior to.
We literally started with nothing.
And yet we made something.
And yet we're still at nothing. So, if you've had any encounters with government projects, if you were part of the Phoenix Project, the Underground Lizard Project, if you are Mark Zuckerberg's cousin, and you know he's an actual underground subterranean lizard man,
If you know he's a cyborg.
let us know at vanishinggates@gmail.com.
Is he in fact a robot?
If you know that Elon Musk is actually planning to take us over with AI, please let us know at vanishinggates@gmail.com.
Also, don't
But
stop
no,
him.
really, if you have actual things to talk about, please email us at vanishinggates@gmail.com. We'll read your stories on the show. And we'll try to be coherent if you write it coherently. Jack won't read it. Don't worry. Got that?
I won't read it. It's okay.
Because he can't read.
I can't read.
He can read chat. He can read computer screens.
I can't
Nothing
read.
else. He can't actually read from anything in front of him that's not digital, so that's why he's so averted to books. If it's not pixelated, he can't read. It's a weird thing he has in his brain.
You know what?
I know his brother somewhat. Are you going somewhere with this, or what?
No, I don't. I had
Didn't
nothing.
think so.
Nothing. I blame ISIS. It's okay. Are you
not a
still
thing
smoking
anymore.
that cigar?
I am. Guys, thank you very, very much for watching the show tonight, and thank you
For
to
sitting
our
through it.
Xbox guys. We will actually have
Love
a
you guys.
show topic next week. If I have to cattle prod Jack into reading a book, I will. We'll be talking about something quite interesting.
Really? Are we really going to talk about something quite interesting?
Yeah, we're going to talk about this week. The
Oh.
Order of the
Okay.
Solar Temple. Really? Right.
I read a little about that. It was like, what was it? There were guys there. They followed some stuff. They were in Canada.
Quebec, partly, yes. Quebec is technically part of Canada.
Okay, yeah, I got another one.
So, next week we'll have a good show, because I will actually do research on it, because I can't trust this guy to do it.
We're going to play Far Cry.
We are going to play... Well, I'm going to play Far Cry 5 here shortly.
You know what? I'm probably going to go home and play Far Cry.
You should put it on
Oh
the
my God!
Facebooks.
What was I going to tell you about Far Cry?
Bollocks, what?
So, I'm playing Far Cry first time. A little bit of a spoiler for 5 minutes into the game. If you don't care to hear about 5 minutes into the game, stay.
Oh, yeah, spoiler. Jack actually beat the game in 5 minutes.
Yes, I did.
Son
Two
of a
spoilers.
bitch.
So, fun fact. Anyway, so when you play the game, right, and you're coming in, the sheriff is talking on the headset.
Mm-hmm.
I shit you not. The moment he said, he was talking to the dispatcher, she said, God be with you, or God bless you.
Oh, yeah, no, I knew what that was.
As soon as she said it, I was like, fuck, she's in it.
No, for sure, for Sheezy. But that's not the spoiler he wants to talk about.
Nope.
Easter egg spoiler coming
5
up in
minutes in.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go for it, Jack. with
So,
your
how I
Easter
beat
egg.
the game in 5 minutes was I'm standing in front of what's-his-face. Forgot his name already. Don't really care. Anyways, I'm talking to one of the four horsemen.
Joseph Seed!
Joseph Seed. And instead of arresting him, I stood there for a good 10 minutes staring at him. And then finally the game just like pulls back. The sheriff comes in and knocks his hands down instead of cuffing him. And then you walk out. And then the credits roll.
That wasn't 5 minutes, that was 15 minutes.
Whatever, 15 minutes.
So you can beat the game by not actually playing the game, by just standing there and not arresting Joseph Seed. Is that what you're saying?
Perfect, yep. You get the end credits. It's great. I beat the game for probably a lot of people. I'm really quick with that.
Yep.
Also, Joseph Seed is a great role model. You know? I want a cult of my own.
It won't be a cult of personality, for that's for goddamn sure.
Why not?
Well, you don't have any bliss to spread around.
I can make some.
Oh, God. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I'm your host, Jay. Keep up on all the the happening things that are going on. What is this, 1952? I've had 2 fucking beers. I'm that tired. Jesus criminy. Guys, we do have some cool things going on. We have the podcast stuff going up. Please don't forget to like, follow, share, subscribe. Check out the YouTube channel. Please follow us there as well and turn on the notifications, because we'll be doing a multi-stream cast soon. We'll be casting to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and wherever else we can cast it. So check that out, and we'll be doing their podcast format too. I'll also be re-airing older shows live, so you can hit me up in chat during the live rebroadcast and ask me questions about how the show went, and I can cringe mightily.
He is Nick in chat.
Guys, and thanks for Nick in chat. Thanks for all you guys in chat. We love you in the face.
We appreciate you.
And again, thanks to our sponsors.
Yep.
Yep.
Thank you for...
He has no idea where to go from this. That's not a good sign. I need to coach this boy a little more. Thanks to Dios. Thanks to Sasquatch Brewing Company.
Oh, you want
Jason
me to
Glenn
name
Cotton
each and every one of
Studios.
them?
Pro Prism Design. Nick's Electronics. Thank you guys so much in the face. We love you. And see you next week. As always, I'm your host, Jay. This is
Jack.
Jack Kaka.
Jack.
You're going to rip off Jeff Dunham now, huh?
Jack.
Dope. All right, guys. We'll see you later.
Goodbye, everybody.